right, glad to have you back. It's still the morning show. Now, time to review stories making headlines in today's newspapers. And we're starting off with this, their sister publication, with the headline, #EndSARS, death toll now 73, with 205 police stations burnt, with three riders there, 71 public warehouses, 248 private stores looted, IG to policemen, with 22 personnel killed. Defend yourselves when attacked. Obong of Calabar, Ayade's insensitivity fueled cross-river violence. All right, at the masthead, WTO, European Council, well, get the story, by the way, on page 5. WTO, European Council insists on Okonjo-Iweala as DG. With a rider, Nigeria reaches out to U.S. others to clear bottlenecks on page 6. Then in the blue strip there, just below that story, Italian police swoop on Nigeria mafia group, arrest 73. That's on page 6. And then below the This Day logo in orange, is that orange or yellow stripe? Lagos panel in surprise visit to Army Hospital finds no mortuary. And then just below, you have Nigerian stocks hit 16-month high. That's good news on page 8. All right, that will be it for this day.
All right, now let's take a look at the Saturday Punch newspapers. Today, the big headline there is speaking on the low morale. Now, the PSC is warning policemen to return to duty posts or face dismissal. It says IG charges officers to protect themselves against attackers, saying 205 security assets, 248 stores, 71 warehouses have been looted. It goes on to say OPC, South Vigilance groups, vow to move in as police desert their posts. And Amotekun is saying that they're going to deploy their men in streets by next week if the police do not sit up. Now, still on EndSARS, there was a little drama as the Lagos probed the judicial panel. That Lagos judicial panel visited the military mortuary when they didn't let them in, and then eventually they did. All of that is on page 7 on the Saturday Punch. A suspected looter, quite funny what he had to say. He said, I plan to return the iPhones I stole at Oshun Mall before my arrest. Really? You don't say. Anyway, that's on page 25. On page 28, Nigeria reaches out to the U.S. and others to support Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. Speaking on the WTO, Akeredolu's aide mocks Jegede as PDP candidate head for tribunal. All the way down on the Punch newspapers today, it says Kaduna police recover 65 guns and others from 157 kidnappers and bandits. You'd find that on the page 18. And just above, for 2023, it says Ohaneze, church leaders to hold rally for Igbo presidency. And on the water bill, ministers in secret meeting with reps attacking critics. Also, you'd find on page 16 and 17 some of the celebrities that have regretted supporting the change that we're seeking.
All right, let's do Saturday Sun with the headline, 2023 presidency. APC not sure yet where Buhari's successor will come from. With two riders there, how EndSARS protest was hijacked by internal forces, and APC has a hidden agenda. Southern leaders, Governor Maybuni, party's caretaker chairman. Oh, APC is not sure. This is from Governor Maybuni, Mala, party's caretaker chairman. You can find the stories on pages 22, 26, and 30. All right, and at the masthead, they're just below the logo of Saturday Sun. EndSARS, defend yourselves against attacks. IG tells policemen with a rider with video evidence of Lekki shootings. That's from the LCC. They said they will bring out the videos. All right, fresh hurdle for Moteku on the right there. Police Affairs Minister insists Southwest Security Outfit must operate under community policing framework, page 25. And then by the side there, you have EndSARS. Governors have abandoned states to hide in Abuja. This is from Senator Fadawunsi. He's alleging that with a rider, how Buhari's minister refunded alleged 2 billion loot without facing trial. And All right, just below that APC, the headline, under Cuba, Jagade drags Akeredolu to election petition tribunal. That's found on page 11. One thought that won't have courts to go to the tribunals this time around, but Jagade, the PDP candidate, is dragging Akeredolu, the winner in Ondo election, to court. He's saying he's not satisfied with how events turned out during the vote. So we'll probably have to see how that plays out at the tribunal, Kachi.
All right, now let's take a look at the Daily Trust newspaper today. The big headline there says, from Northerners, we were preyed on in the midst of NSAS protests. We lost more than 40 people, 30 trucks, 12 vehicles burnt, and 7 billion naira lost in Aba. Now, the Northerners, we had Professor Usman on the show earlier this morning, and he spoke on how they have a lot of issues, excluding the NSAS protests, including the high rate of insecurity there. So this is interesting to see this as the major headline. Also, on the Daily Trust papers today, protect yourselves. That's what the IGP is telling officers. They have a right to self-defense, not license to kill. That is a very important distinction that is being made by lawyers in Nigeria, saying that they have a right to defend themselves, but not a right to kill. So you can't go around killing people saying that, oh yeah, they said we should protect ourselves. You have a right to self-defense, not a license to kill.
Yeah, and he said that is when your life is in danger.
Yes, when your life is in danger.
Because he talked about the fact that policemen also have rights, which is absolutely true. It is now being able to know when that right interferes with another person's
Of course,
right.
your right stops where another person's begins. So, you know, that distinction is very essential, very, very essential, because that has also been part of the reason, a part of the causes of some of the issues we've seen, where they try to bully people into saying, yeah, you did this to me, but they didn't. So it's important to make that distinction. Anyway, still on the headlines on Daily Trust, another headline says, hoodlums take over traffic duty in Lagos. I mean, I think...
Hoodlums, who said that?
Well, that is what the paper is saying on page 4, in fact.
If somebody is
taking over traffic, aren't they doing us a favor?
Why would you be calling? I'm wondering
It's right there.
Why would you be calling?
Take over traffic duty in Lagos. And the thing is, I don't even think it's a new thing. A lot of times in gridlocks,
no, but then you won't call them hoodlums.
Of course not. I mean, there's people that
takes a responsibility of making sure that our vehicles are moving and there's sanity on the road. I don't think he's any longer a hoodlum.
I agree with you on that. I've seen some of these. I mean, usually they're just maybe young guys, probably don't have anywhere to live.
Do this
Sometimes
they're
they're under the sun, the hot sun, they're sweating, you know, and they're just trying to create order, especially in areas where there's huge gridlocks. Sometimes even under the rain, and they're just there.
That shows responsibility.
It does.
All right, let's look at Saturday Independent with the headline, stakeholders to federal government, new police act not enough to solve policing problems. This is found on page 14 with two writers. Successive military administrations whittle down the power of police. This is from a security experts, actually. After 35 years in service, we collect 28,000 as monthly pension, says senior officer, after 35 years in service. Now, that is... I don't know the word to use to describe that, but that is kind of hopeless, really. Pastor Adeboye doesn't tell President Buhari the truth. This is coming from Primate Ayodele, 21, page 21. He has to be able to defend that. Troops arrest gun runner in Rivers, free kidnappers in Taraba, 27. All right, and that will be it. That's all the time we have to look at today's papers.